Alright, so welcome back to a new part of Horizon Forbidden West. So far, I'm having a great time with this game. Just to let you know, heads up, I fixed the problem in the first two videos. I was recording in a different format than what I was actually recording in OBS, which is why you might see a difference in quality. First two videos, but I got it fixed now. Just want to say sorry for that. And for some reason, my game is skipping a lot of frames, even though it's clearly able to handle it. I'm not throttling my GPU. I'm actually seeing good, steady overclock. I don't know. That'll be fixing it in the next video. For now, thank you for tuning in, being a part of my channel. I will go ahead and get started. Thank you. Take all that.
Hey, Mildef. I took some of your stew last time I went into the wilds. Kept me going for a week. Felt like I could have put a strider in a sleeper hold.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Sounds like you're serving up some impressive provisions here.
Not again. You can have the discount too, but you'll have to come back later.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
Oven didn't send you?
No.
Oh, my apologies. It's just that his minions won't stop pestering me. Now I've even worn out my special grill. Since I'm in the midst of a crisis, perhaps you could skip to what it is you wanted?
Some of your food?
Of course.
Seems to be having some trouble. If you notice a cut in the video, it's because I accidentally upgraded my graphics card and I forgot to turn VSync on, so that was the reason. Sorry.
Are Ulvin's people causing you problems?
Oh, yeah. They constantly demand my best, but the equipment I need to make my signature dishes isn't built for batch cooking. And don't get me started on the Ulvin discount they feel so entitled to.
And if you refuse?
I make meals. No trouble.
Rocking the hard place. Let's see if we can help him. What is this place?
How did you end up in Chainscrape?
Heard about a new and upcoming town at the edge of the frontier. Where there's a town, there's a tavern. I was in need of work. So I got myself out here and started cooking. Some of these people had never tasted proper boars and berries stew before. Anyway, next thing I knew, people kept coming back. Guess they like my food. Or the ale.
Your last customer mentioned your cooking really kept him going out in the wild. Where I'm headed, I could use some of that.
I would be happy to oblige, especially since you have the decency to ask pleasantly.
But
my special groove griddle is no more. Without it, I can't cook any of my signature dishes. I hate to think what'll happen when I'm forced to refuse Ulvin or his goons. Even if I already had the right ingredients, there's nothing I can do. Unless you can source me a temporary replacement?
what do you need?
For the ingredients, a few pieces of decent wild meat, and I'd say a big handful of bitter leaf stems. That'll do. As for the griddle, a corrugated metal panel might suffice until I can have a new one forged. You'd likely find one in a scrounger pile, if you follow the river to the northeast. Don't worry, I'll clean it first. You'll have no issue finding boars and bitter leaf on your way. Assuming you're as much a hunter-gatherer as your clothing suggests.
Thanks, Mildef. I'll keep an eye out.
So that's what gratitude sounds like.
And don't let anyone push you around, okay?
If you say so.
He seems like a nice guy.
Already got enough wild meat. I just need to pick some bitter leaf and grab another panel from the scrounger.
Oh yeah, I already went hunting before. Alright, I'll cut to when I get to that scrap pile, I guess. Hey, there she is, Petra.
Come for that beer after all, eh? Here, sit down. Get a pint in her hand. Wasn't expecting you to swing by.
Since when do I do what's expected?
There's that spark. Fire and spit.
Fire and spit.
That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a while.
Like what?
Take your pick. We got bodies to bury from the bristlebacks, the work stoppage, Olvin grating the gears about his concession decree. Hey! Weapons off the table! Ah, don't listen to me. Nothing a cold brew and knocking some heads together can't fix eventually.
Oh, now. She's got herself in a whole bunch of trouble. Let's ask about Olvin. This guy seems like bad news all around.
So about Olvind.
Around here, everything's about Olvind.
How'd he end up in charge?
He got here early, like a squirrel smelling a fat nut. He knew rebuilding Barren Light would need stone and timber. So he jangled purses all over Mainspring, getting investors to front claims on anything in the Daunt that might be worth a damn. Thing is, all the bankers back home know that this is Karja land, and the Sun King can revoke those claims at any time. That's why he's desperate for the magistrate to sign off on a concession decree.
Agree. What does that mean?
This concession decree, what is it exactly? And how would it help Olvind?
It's pig diddle, that's what.
A writ that would put all Osram claims in the Daunt under Osram law, even though they're on Karja land. It would mean that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Karja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors back in the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Olvind has a stake in all those claims, it would make him richer than a scrapper in a junk heap. Not to mention Chainscrape would become an Osram municipality, so he could buy enough votes to call himself an elderman. He's a sly old badger, I'll give him that. Figures if he keeps up the pressure, eventually the magistrate will sign.
Ah, smart businessman. Not really a good people person, though.
So the bristlebacks in the Daunt. Where did they come from?
That's the thing. No one rightly knows. They just showed up one day, rampaging around the valley like they exploded out of a forge. Lost some good people. But the way I hear it, you've been busy smashing those beasts for scrap.
Well, the embassy won't start without them gone.
Yeah, well, you're doing Chainscrape a favor too. The less bristlebacks there are, the less Olvin can crank it to his advantage.
But how could bristlebacks in the Daunt help Olvind?
2 words. Concession decree. Since no one knows where the bristlebacks came from, Olvind has taken to blaming the Karja for them. He's hoping to dig up enough old resentments to get a strike going until the concession's signed. This is just his latest attempt. He's been trying to rile up the workers since the day he rolled into town.
And people actually believe him?
Lots of folks suffered at the hands of the Mad King during the Red Raids. Give them half a reason, they'll blame the Karja for anything.
Damn Karja slavers.
It's working, isn't it? That's definitely not a good idea.
I thought you'd be back in Freeheap.
Well, after the big battle at Meridian, I went back. But realized it was running smooth. Didn't need me. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east? Nah. I ain't one to leave a lit forge. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the workers around here.
It was good to catch up with her. I'm glad we actually saw some actual characters from the old game.
Well, I have to be going. Thanks for the drink, Petra. I'm glad I stopped by.
Anytime, Flamehair.
Oh, but you're gonna give me a quest. Alright, so I'm glad I cut this into the next part. I think it's part 3, I believe. And if you see me continuing on, I apologize for the cut. I know, it's a little annoying. But I try my best to make it seamless though, if it's working that way. But for now, I'll just continue on.
Oh, hi!
were you?
Sorry, Red. We're closed.
That's an... Alright, cool. Hopefully the problems are fixed now. Let's go to a new... Let's see what this side quest down here has for us.
We are on the same side here, Hope. The bristlebacks threaten us all.
Oh, drop the act.
What do you want, Ulvund? Some kind of payment?
My dear magistrate, you think I can be bought? If you want that whistle blown, all you have to do is have your soldiers remove the bristlebacks and sign the concession decree. Face it, what other choice do you have?
Hi.
Savior, what auspicious timing. Might we discuss a matter of importance to the Sundom?
We might. Later.
Very well. I shall be waiting.
So, the savior herself, Walloper of Derval, gutter of youth.
Maybe.
I've heard many tales of your beauty and heroics, my fierce lady warrior. Ulvund Freeholder, at your service. So, what could have dragged you away from the fine silks and wine of Meridian to this smudge of a settlement? Your saviorly attention must be needed elsewhere.
I'm here for the embassy and...
The embassy? Why, by the forge. Ah. Greater gears for greater matters. Guess that means you'll be moving on.
Once I've dealt with any problems around here that need my saviorly attention.
Ah, the bristlebacks, of course. Got to get rid of them if you want that embassy to take place. Well, best get to it, hey? And off you go.
Not so fast.
Oh yeah, you thought he was getting away. Nah, you ain't getting away yet, man. Got a lot to answer for.
You ordered the work stoppage?
Indeed I did. We're laborers, not soldiers. Until the Carja clean up their mess and give us the fair deal we deserve, I'm not risking Osseram lives.
Fair deal? You mean your concession decree?
It's not my decree. It's on behalf of all the good Osseram laborers of this land who do all the backbreaking work, while only the Carja reap the rewards. All we're asking for is the ability to share in this prosperity for a land worked by the people, for the people.
Right. And just how much would be your share?
Only an amount appropriate to my contributions to this community, of course.
This guy is so full of shit.
If Chainscrape is on Karja land, shouldn't a Karja be in charge? Who appointed you?
The sensibilities of good Osseram folk, of course. You think a Carja can head this whole venture? Ah! The magistrate can barely make the trek from Barren Light without losing a few screws.
So you have no real authority then? People only follow you because you say so. Loudly.
Anyone who has followers has authority. I've been with Chainscrape from the beginning. I mean, I'm practically its founder, and its honest folk know I'm indispensable to its success.
Nah, I doubt that. Everyone around here seems to think you're, full of shit. Look at how he's just leaning. That's hilarious.
You said you founded Chainscrape. Somehow I doubt that.
Practically founded, I said. I alone saw its potential when it was just a smattering of tents in Barren Light's shadow. I invested in the mine, convinced some friends back home to do the same, and here we are. You could say Chainscrape is what it is thanks to me.
Oh, so you're not just standing around and profiting off everyone else?
Not at all. Sure, I make a little return on my investment here and there, but my main priority, as it was from the beginning, is to look after the well-being of these honest, working Osseram.
You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate?
Well, I refuse to play nice to some fancy-robed parchment pusher when my fellow laborers are being bullied, intimidated, and taken advantage of.
How noble of you.
Noble, ha! Born with a hammer in hand, I was. Nobody handed me anything or dropped opportunity into my lap. Everything I've achieved, I've done on my own.
And where is this hammer now?
The burden of leadership forced me to set it aside. The Carja risk nothing, while demanding that good Osram gamble with their lives out there. Someone had to step up and say no more.
Yeah. Just taking advantage of the chaos, man. At least be honest with yourself.
Where's the whistle?
Right in the middle of town, but with the threat out there, I'm not endangering innocent Osram lives.
I'm going to clear out the bristlebacks. And when I'm done, this valley is going to get moving.
If that's what it takes. Until then, I'll keep looking after the safety of these good folk.
Just be ready to blow the whistle.
No, this actually seems like a pretty
See what
significant
that Carja
quest.
magistrate wanted. I bet he's in the tavern.
Oh, okay. You know, I gotta say, this feels like a main mission. I might actually put or slice this into the actual main part. We'll see. Well, I want to see how this goes, essentially. There he is.
Savior, over here.
Oi, refill.
Savior, thank you for taking the time, and my condolences that you had to endure Ulvan's bloviating.
I've dealt with worse. It sounds like he's really trying to put you over the barrel.
The idea that the Carja purposely let bristlebacks into the Daunt, it's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his damned concession decree.
How did the bristlebacks get into the Daunt?
No one knows for sure. The first report of them came from west of the quarry. But unless they have wings I don't know about, I don't see how they could have come over the mountains.
No other way in.
The only way I know about is barren light. Look, if you can get to the bottom of this, I can offer a considerable bounty in return. Help me shut Ulvund up.
Well, first, let's ask him some questions. Let's talk about this concession decree, because I think I understand it, but it's kind of weird.
What is this concession decree that Ulvund wants?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt as Oseram holdings. Only the portions, mind you, that produce any value.
Let me guess. Because he stands to profit somehow?
Exactly. With the Daunt under Oseram law, he could secure more investment for their numerous ventures.
He can't get those investments without the concession?
No. Not while there's a chance the Sundom could revoke their access. Hence, why the concession is so important to him. And why blaming the Carja for the bristlebacks, no matter how absurd, works in his favor.
I see, I see. Okay. Now it makes sense. He's just trying to profit off of the, mainly the rare resources still around.
How does blaming the Carja for the bristlebacks help Ulvund get his concession?
Look around. This may be the Sundom, but Chainscrape is all gears and rust and bad ale. Claiming that the Carja loosed the bristlebacks in order to intimidate Oseram laborers into obedience. Well, let's just say no one here has forgotten the atrocities of the Mad Sun King. And with the bristlebacks bringing work in the valley to a halt, Ulvund has plenty of time to pick at barely healed wounds.
And if the Oseram refuse to work, unless the concession is signed, you won't have a choice.
Correct. The reconstruction of Barren Light must continue.
Okay, now it's starting to make a little more sense. He's just, once again, profiting from the chaos, but this is... If those bristlebacks never came, he would have nothing. But this really worked out in his favor.
How did you get stuck out here?
I asked for the posting, believe it or not. Overseeing the entire valley on behalf of the Sun King? It was an honor. Is an honor, I mean.
But your job would be a lot easier without someone like Ulvund blasting hot air all the time?
Ulvund's not going anywhere. He's been around longer than I have. Even fancies himself the founder of Chainscrape. Well, I'll find a way to live with him. I have to.
Well, I'll see what I can do about helping him out. He really does seem like he's really over a barrel.
You said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry?
Yes, according to one terrified laborer, said the ground trembled before they came charging down the hillside. He took off and ran all the way here.
Good place to start looking, then.
If you learn the truth, maybe Olvund will stop blaming the Karja for every problem under the sun, and maybe then he'll actually focus on rebuilding Barren Light instead.
Okay. So it looks like we got a couple of missions we can do. Let's check out the quest. Got this one right here, a whole bunch of stuff that's all the way back there. Oh, okay. Alright, so I got a plan. Let's roll.
Scroungers. Native said I could find a metal panel in one of their scrap piles.
Instruct. Perfect. Alright, let me grab that. Okay. Simple. Nothing hard.
No metal panel. I would check another scrap pile.
Wait, man, where's that? Where'd that go? Try to get closer. Come on.
One card for now.
Come on. Turn around. One. This is two. That wasn't too bad. Oh, hold on, wait. There's another one here? Yeah, stealth kills aren't that bad. You gotta take your time, I guess. What's that weird thing up there? What am I supposed to do with that? Selby, but... Oh, okay, I got you now. I got you now. I mean, I'm like, what the hell is this thing? What we're supposed to do?
I think I have everything I need for Mildef. Good thing, too. It's a decent meal. I'll shake it out as I go.
Okay, let's go ahead and turn this quest in. I'm gonna...
Ah, there you are. I happen to receive another visit from Olvund himself. He was pushy, but I stood my ground. And dare I say it, I even got my own back. Yes, I did.
I'm listening.
When I made his meal, I used 3 pinches of salt. Instead of 2.
Each journey begins with a single step, I guess. I think I have everything you asked for.
Then just as you have inspired me, let us see if I can return the favor. Time to cook.
Wow. Mildef, that was inspired.
Next time you want the best provisions, you know where to find me. And your next order of any dish will be on the house.
Thanks. And don't forget to stand up for yourself.
Funny you should say that. As it happens, I'm already cooking up my next portion of resistance. Hope to see you again.
That's cool. You guys, courage. Apparently, I got a skill point. Look at that. I guess for every like mission you do, you get a skill point, which is actually really good. I can kind of do that. Inventory tools. Okay. If you're noticing, it's a little wonky. Sometimes I'm not quite sure what's going on. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I don't know. But apparently, food can
Might be a
actually
good
help
idea to
out.
stock up on some food before I head back out.
Tasty
See
and
what
filling.
else Mildef's cooking up.
Fair enough. And I think what's happening is this. I think the frame generation is screwing up. Let me turn that off real quick. Hold on. Alright, sorry for that cut. I went ahead and turned the frame generation off. Hopefully that works. Hopefully. Hopefully. Something up there. The game is so big. And this is the starting area, by the way. It's not even gotten to the main one yet. Oh, this is a potion viewer. I can't do anything here. Hold on. Let me actually kind of saw that was interesting. Let me do this. No. It's over here. I see it. I don't know what this is, but it seems interesting.
Come to revel in some strike, sister? Let me set the board.
I was just passing by.
First timer, huh? Don't worry about it. I'll go easy on you. You got any pieces?
No.
Well, aren't you in luck then? I got an extra set, a Tanakh original straight out of the Forbidden West. Sit. I'll run you through it in a hot spark. I'll give you something special if you win it on my boards, too.
So it's kind of like Gwent with The Witcher 3, which is interesting. I think every major RPG's done this at least once. Okay, so beginner's tutorial. Let's figure this out real quick. He has a machine and a board. I'm not quite sure what this is.
All right, let's start off simple. The Tanakhs like to say that Machine Strike is a game of pure strategy. We each get a set of pieces. Each piece represents a kind of machine, and each machine is worth a different number of victory points. And to win the game, you'll need to gain 7 victory points by destroying the opponent's machines. It can be tricky remembering the details of every machine, so we use these notes to keep track of them. You see that number on the top right corner? That there is how many victory points you'll get for destroying that machine. Notes also tell you how far a piece can move, how powerful their attacks are, the distance they can strike from, and of course, their health. Okay, that's enough for now. Let's just play. I'll explain the rest as we go. I own the board, so I get to choose who goes first. Since this is your first time, I'll let you go. Usually you get to choose which pieces to set on the board, but this will do for now. Pick up that machine piece to your right, and move it forward.
Oh, okay, seems simple enough.
And remember, each machine can only move a certain distance. Take a look at your notes if you need a reminder.
Hey, hold on. It rotate? Okay, that makes sense. Because I'll move
Easy
2
enough,
places.
huh? Now, you get to move 2 machines each round, so go ahead and pick a second machine.
Curious, how much? They have 4 health. They can move about the same as us. Okay, cool.
Perfect. There's not much else to do for now, so just end your turn.
What's overcharge do, I wonder?
We're forging onwards. Let me move my pieces here. And we're back to you. This time, why don't you try attacking one of my pieces? Try with that machine on your right first. Now move the piece when performing an attack, you'll be testing your machine's combat power against the opponent's. A machine's combat power is a combination of the terrain your machine is standing on and its own attack power. This board only has grassland terrain, which has no effect on a machine's combat power. And your current machine has 2 points of attack power. So in total, your machine's combat power equals 2 points. Since my machine isn't the one attacking, it has 0 points of attack power. And just like your machine, it's not affected by grassland terrain. So right now, the difference in combat power between the two machines is 2 points. This means your machine can do 2 points of damage to my machine. Did you get all that?
It's very simple. I kind of got it when I first started, but yeah.
Knew you were a smart one. Finish up by attacking my machine. Not pulling any punches, huh? Now grab that second machine of yours. See how your machine can't move close enough to attack mine? You can make your machine sprint. That lets it move 1 space further. Try it out. Try sprinting up to one of my machines. If you sprint, you'll be able to reach my machine. Go ahead, just sprint over to my machine.
Wait, oh, over here.
Downside to sprinting is that your machine can no longer attack. Now, some players like to take a risk and overcharge their machine in cases like this. Overcharging lets you attack after a sprint, but it will damage your machine's health by 2 points. So use at your own discretion. Let's try doing that now so you can see what I mean.
Okay, overcharge. I lose 2 HP, and I can attack.
That's about it for your turn then.
Yeah, but that thing's gonna attack me and kill my machine.
Now, I'll let you in on a neat trick. That machine of yours, the one closest to me, grab a hold of it. Same as in the wilds, machines have both armored points and weak points. You can see them marked on the pieces. Blue shows where their armor is thickest. Hit them there, and you'll do some damage, but not a lot. Now, red shows the machine's weak points. Hit those, and you'll deal a mighty blow. Here, let me show you. Rotate that piece so your machine faces mine. Now let that machine have it. Off the board she goes, and there's your first victory points. You don't have 7 of them yet, so let's keep going. Your machine attacked mine, but hasn't moved yet. Go ahead and move downwards towards my remaining piece. You've already attacked a machine and moved your piece. But if you overcharge your machine, you can attack a second time. And by the look of your machine's health, you'd be sacrificing your piece to defeat mine. But sometimes that can be a good thing. Overcharge your machine to attack mine a second time, and I'll show you what I mean.
Okay.
Ain't that a thrill? Now, because your machine was knocked out at the same time as mine, we both get the victory points our machines are worth. Good news is, since you're the one attacking, you're gonna receive your victory points before I do. Which means you can reach the coveted 7 victory points first. That's why sometimes losing a piece can be the best way to end a game in your favor. Now, you'll notice you didn't get quite up to 7 victory points this time, but you did destroy all my pieces. That means you're the winner! That wasn't so hard, was it? Just remember to always check for the best terrain to attack from. You'd be surprised the advantage you can gain over an opponent like that. I know it saved my behind in a game or two.
I'll try and remember that.
Oh, before I forget, these are all my spare pieces. I want the Savior of Meridian to have them. It's a small set to be sure, but it should be enough to get you in on any strike games you find out there. You might even fancy looking out for them strike carvers. They've got all kinds of unique pieces that can turn a game in your favor, though they'll need the right materials to craft you one. Or you might find them in the wilds if you're lucky. You know, I've lost my fair share of pieces after a night of machine hunting or brew hopping. No need to thank me. Always a pleasure to help out new strike players. Now, if you feel like playing a real game, I've got plenty of other boards. I could even teach you a few more tricks if you're up for it.
Thanks. I'll think about it.
You're one step closer to mastering the game of Machine Strike. I gotta say, it's kind of interesting. I remember when I was playing The Witcher 3, I loved Gwent. It was just a nice way of just passing time. No, honestly, I kind of want to get back to the
Come
video.
back anytime, Red.
How goes?
I'll probably end up, you know, going back to it in my own time. Or if it's like a really good challenge, I'll probably do it. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and just continue the video. Sorry for the cut. I'll probably cut back to when I actually like left off last time. So no problem.
Tracks. Maybe Aaron's and the Vanguards.
Alright, so we're back. Sorry for cutting around the video. I know this is going to be a lot. Especially just going back and editing it, I know. And I think it's huge. But I have that asset arrow now. It's going to make things a lot easier. Even actually got some like traps too that can actually work. This extra loot I'm not supposed to grab it. Hopefully we'll be able to see him in this video. Aaron. And wow, since we have seen too. I was hoping he's actually doing better after his sister's death. We never really got a chance to really talk to him. I'm hearing a lot of stuff. Headphones are amazing. I like using wireless ones, not like brand name ones, but they're pretty good. I'm hearing something. Hearing fighting.
Sounds like someone's putting up a fight.
Yep, that sounds like him.
Another one down! Now this is what I was forged for. No ledgers to fill. No boring mid-afternoon patrols. Just a hammer. Just a fight. Aloy?
Aaron! Stay where you are. I'll handle the rest.
Yeah, you like them apples.
Those bristleback have acid canisters on their backs. should trigger a chain reaction if I hit them with acid arrows.
Okay. Oh my god, I got caught. I got caught. I am in a bad. Where am I? Where am I? Oh my god. Super high. Ooh.
Oh, that one hurt.
Okay, so that was a little rough, but I got there. I love the spear throw. That was awesome. That was awesome. I didn't know she could actually do that. Game's improving every time I'm playing it. Nice.
Hey, Lloyd. You might have to meet me halfway here.
We'll talk. You are hurt, bro.
Caught me in my best, as usual.
Well, you did the hard part. I just took care of the stragglers. How bad is it?
Who needs ribs, huh? Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Huh. Okay, well, I know you didn't come all the way to the Daunt just to watch me get wrecked. So what's the story?
I need the embassy to happen, so I can head west. Erend, what I did at the Spire, what we did, it didn't end the threat. It just slowed it down. There's still more to do.
Really? Well, that's great. I mean, yeah, not the threat's not over part. That's not so great. But hey, whatever you're up against, your spear, my hammer, just like old times.
Erend, I need the embassy now. I can't wait for you to heal.
Couple of days rest, if that.
Actually, even if you weren't hurt, what I have to do, it's better if I do it alone.
Alone? That figures.
Erend! I hate to interrupt the romance, but I'm pretty banged up here.
Don't blow your blaze, I'm coming. This just keeps getting better. Listen, I'll go to Barren Light, get patched up. If you want this embassy to happen, we're gonna need this sun priest, Studious Wadis.
Oh, I know him. I'll clear the Valley of Bristlebacks, then send Wadis to Barren Light. I'll catch up with you there.
Well, I guess that's sort of like a goodbye.
I'm sorry?
You? Sorry? Ugh. Yeah, that'd be a first.
Where is this coming from?
Hey, just, forget it, yeah. Ugh. It's nothing.
It sounds like something.
All right, fine. Now, after the battle at the Spire, you took off. You left without so much as a handshake. I mean, people like me, we fought and bled at your side, Aloy. You just disappear? What kind of person does that?
Truth be told, it was pretty screwy to just leave. And I'm sorry for the frames, just... I don't know, I'm not quite sure what's going on. Maybe this game's not quite optimized enough. My settings are pretty good, but they're not, like, super high or whatever. Let's see, someone who doesn't have enough time for this, someone who had a good reason, someone who had no other choice. I think the emotional choice seems to be the best here. He's kind of hurting. You hurt his feelings. It hurt a lot of people's feelings. You can't just leave. Should have actually stayed for a little bit. I understand why you did what you did, but you gotta be mindful of your allies.
Erend, look. I'm sorry it wasn't easy for you when I left. And I know it's not easy now, but what I've been doing... Life on Earth is in danger, and only I can save it.
Your life on Earth?
Yeah. Everything dies unless I succeed.
Well, then let me help. Oh,
You can't. There's no machine to fight, no bad guy to kill. What I've got to do, I can't even explain it. Not even to people I care about.
oh, so much for being useful. Okay,
Erend! By the forge.
I guess that's my cue.
Maybe I should go with you to Barren Light.
No, hey, you're needed elsewhere. Obviously. We'll make it without you.
Okay. I'm glad I actually saw that.
That doesn't sound good.
You'll have to handle that one on your own. We'll only slow you down.
Wait, what was that? The hell was that? Okay, well, that's...
Shoot without ammo.
That's interesting. Never had those before. Tried those before, excuse me. You know, might try that a little bit more. Okay, so let's go see what that explosion was. That did not sound good. But yeah, like I was saying, the whole point of like Aloy going it alone, I can understand why, because let's be honest, no one's gonna believe half of what she says. A lot of people are just gonna question, doubt, probably make fun of too, because they never understood what technology is. It's kind of a weird thing, I guess. They don't even want to use focuses. That's why I'm 100% sure that, you know, her talking to them isn't gonna lead to anything truly significant. But I'm kind of understanding why. Unfortunately,
What's Osram doing out here?
Quick, gotta scrap him before the scroungers get him.
hold on. Did I talk to somebody or?
That Bristleback's charging right at them.
Hold on. Oh.
Ha! Another one for the scrap pile. Your help was timely, Nora.
Just get back to Chainscrape before you get yourselves killed.
Not with all this salvage lying about. Come on, crew. Back to it.
This one's mine. You can keep your other one. Those acid arrows do some work. Definitely. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the game. Sometimes skipping frames. It's kind of annoying. Eventually, I'll figure it out. I apologize. Wait, what's
Here's
going?
the quarry Fairless mentioned.
Woo!
Sorry, Osram. One less machine.
These acid arrows were insane. Oh, there it goes. It's going up.
Another one down.
Someone down.
One less machine.
What is going on? Oh my goodness gracious. That's done.
Good hit. Now do it again.
How fast it's moving. It's just... more? Hold on. Oh, hold on. That one's not quite dead yet.
Another one down.
Can't get shot. There it goes. I think, right? It's going to blow up, right? Oh, no. Hold on. I don't need it to.
Look at that thing drop.
There. Quarry's safe.
Stranger, come on over here. We gotta talk.
Man, that was intense. It just came out of nowhere with no warning. What was that?
I don't know what Honora's doing out here, but consider yourself owed. We tried to hold off and wait for the Vanguard, but one of them bristlebacks charged us. Next thing you know was a full-fledged fracas.
Is everyone okay?
We lost some good people, but we would have lost the whole quarry without you.
Well, at least it's quiet now.
Your ears ought to be ringing with a quarry at work, but Chainscrape's whistle ain't blowing, so we're stuck picking up the pieces.
What is this whistle I keep talking about? I don't get it.
You need the whistle to get back to work?
Me and my crew were just little cogs out here. Can't lift a hammer till Olvin blows that thing. Cause if we work without his say-so, he'll ban us. And my people have been through enough.
Olvin holds that much power?
He's got the money and connections to snuff our fires for good. Almost feels like we stood a better chance with the bristlebacks.
What are you and your crew working on?
We're supposed to be working Olvin's claim, digging out stone to show our barren light. But the work stoppage and the bristlebacks cut us short. Never seen those blasted things in a Daunt before. Where in Forge Fire did they come from?
I'm not sure. At least not yet. I need to get going. Stay safe.
Thanks to you, that might actually be possible today.
Clear the gaunt.
I think I've
Okay.
cleared out most of the bristlebacks. Chainscrape can get back to work now. I'll go give Olvin the good news. Voorhees too. Then maybe this embassy can finally happen.
Oh, okay. So I must have did some work. Okay. Well, actually, I could probably do this quest too before I go there. Got a couple of question marks too that I can probably see. You know what? Let me just let me cut to when I get here. I know this is probably part of the main quest. Let me actually do this before I just end the whatchamacallit here. I'm going to there we go. Reconnected skills. Okay.